There are narratives out there, like one we were talking about is, so you can't be friends with people you work with because it's just business. That's a narrative that isn't true, but it's commonly repeated.
Yeah, someone wants that to be true. It's weird,
because
right?
it's a symptom, right? It's treating a symptom. Like, hey, I didn't tell you this whole time that you weren't doing a good job, and now I'm going to tell you you're gone, right?
Yeah.
Like the thing I always say, if like somebody's going to let go here, is like, do they know that they're going to get let go?
Should never be a surprise.
Should never be a surprise.
Right.
They should have every chance to change their behavior, and then it's up to them, right? But it's non-negotiable. So the same thing is, like, I've been with people at dinner, and they will say, can we not talk business at dinner?
Then it's quiet the rest of the time?
Well, at first, like, when that would happen to me when I was younger, I thought there was something wrong with me. And then I started having friends, and one time I told a friend that, somebody you know actually, and he said, oh, you shouldn't be going to dinner with those people.
Oh, he's very right. Yeah, he's a smart dude.
But I never made that connection until he kind of pointed that out. I always thought, well, I'm just different. I'm the exception, you know. And so most people don't want to talk about business at dinner. I'm imposing on them instead of even considering why am I at dinner with them.
It just turns out you're in the wrong room.
Yeah. And so I think the same thing applies to the topic that we want to share with you today is obsession. A lot of people think that obsession is a bad thing, that being obsessed with something is a bad thing. But like when we were talking about time management, people that are obsessed don't struggle with time management because they're obsessed. Everything else that doesn't matter is getting eliminated.
That's right.
And it's getting replaced with things that do matter, that are high leverage items. And so I also find that getting obsessed on things is actually very fun because you learn so much about yourself. You dig into areas that you wouldn't dig into. It also gives you the courage to do things you wouldn't normally do, like reach out to people, right? Like there's people that we have hired to help us with stuff that we would have never met, or that are celebrities or very famous in their field that we would have never met if we wouldn't have needed that advice on that obsession that we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Right? And so it makes you perform outside of the boundaries that would be just social norms into boundaries that are more effective. It broadens that.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. I have a list of a couple of things that obsession's really gotten a bad rap about this, and I don't know. Maybe it's bad, maybe it's warranted, maybe it's not. But obsession's kind of bad for serial killers, I think. Also, obsession can be bad for stalkers, and for people that are in a cult. I think that obsession might be bad, but I don't know. Have these things gotten a bad rap for no reason?
I think that the first two, yes. I think cults, people don't realize that they're in a cult because they're conditioned over time. But I don't know that it's an obsession. I don't know that it's an obsession. It's more of accepting authority.
Yeah, I think the thing that my deal with cults is that, like, it's really easy to go to all the negative, but I can't believe how many leadership lessons you could take from it if you can look at it without attaching the emotion. Like the execution, the obedience, like there's a lot of kind of neat stuff that comes from a cult. But then I think that you were kind of saying this is that, you know, what's the difference between cult and really passionate about your cause is the intention, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote something down that I think that's the scariest thing when it comes to cults is that what it has to do with is charisma. It was the Andrew Bustamante thing from when you interviewed him. I don't know if you'll remember this quote or not, but he said charisma without intention is really dangerous. So if you're just charismatic, but you don't have like an intention for good, that's where it's the scariest, right? So you think about some of the some of the most terrible leaders in time that had a huge following, their intention was in the wrong spot, but they had the charisma and the following, and that's how they get to where they're at. But
Yeah.
They definitely obsessed about what they were trying to accomplish, and there wasn't much that was going to keep them from getting to their goal.
So, kind of summarizing this and wrapping it up, people that are obsessed are outside of the norm, but they're the most fun to hang out with because they're clearly focused on something and they're trying to be special at something. They're passionate about it and they know more about it than anybody else. And it's not casual, right? Yeah. That sort of energy is contagious, but it's not normal. It's not average. This is above average performance that we're talking about. And there's nothing wrong with being obsessed. Being obsessed is good. It can be very healthy if the intention is in the right place.
That's right. Yeah, like a lot of our elite members are obsessed. They're obsessed about the comp. It's funny to hear them talking about it, but they're looking at ways to dissect that.
I would say the comp and net.
Oh yeah, the net to gross, like how high.
When you said they were obsessed, I thought net.
Yeah. Okay.
You're right. The comp
Both.
too, but the net. It's good. Thanks so much for watching this clip of Service Driver Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.